Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another installment of the 5 o'clock reboot, where we're officially getting back on track and starting your week off right. Today is going to be a pretty special occasion. This will be a first for our buddy Alex, and this will be a repeat offense for me. Very excited because this is something that I love drinking, but I don't know how Alex feels entirely about it. Well, we're going to be drinking it two ways. I'll stick to his preferred method, and I'll stick to my preferred method. If you like to drink it a certain way, you can drink it that way. If you don't want to drink it that way, you can drink it the other way.
Well, sweet. Because the only way I've ever tried the stuff is hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the hell out of it because it made it go down quicker.
Mm-hmm. And it also hits you a lot faster, too.
Get damn straight.
Mm-hmm. But it also leaves your system a whole lot faster.
That is true. And that's one of the things that I really liked about it. Because, like, when it comes to alcohol, like, my biggest issue is, like, once I've had too much for hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But, like, with that, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I've got a little buzz. And then by the time we, like, got all our recording equipment put up, I was like, my buzz is gone.
My buzz is gone. So today, we are going to be drinking Gekkeikan's sake. This is, from what I remember, is an American sake, which doesn't really matter much because an American sake is a pretty simple blend. It's the same all around. Every single sake that I've gotten to date has all tasted exactly the same, which is good because that means that there's a way to keep it consistent and concise. This is no different. I've never actually tried Gekkeikan. I'm probably butchering that, but this right here is one of my personal favorite things to drink. It's always sake. Hits you fast, takes care of you, and it doesn't make you sick. I've never gotten sick of a sake before.
Well, thank God, because I got riggedy wrecked last night.
What were you drinking last night?
Rum.
Oh.
It was Kraken Gold, which we need to have on this podcast.
Yes,
because we've had like regular Kraken. Yeah. That'll probably be on one of my episodes.
Probably. I'm very excited to try that because that black was phenomenal.
Dude, it was. And the gold is actually weaker.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a black spiced rum. It's just a regular like spiced rum like you'd expect. It's really smooth and it went really good with the Coke, and like I mixed it strong. I had a lot. But anyway, you're excited to try that. You want to know what I'm excited to try? Gekkeikan sake.
Gekkeikan sake.
Yeah, like I'm eager because last week whenever I tried Ozeki, I liked it a whole lot more than I expected I would.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to keep in mind that was while we were drinking the Umeshu, which was phenomenal, as I'm sure everybody can remember.
The best choice.
Dude, yes, I thank God that's what I saw in the store. But
there was this one, and then there's one other one that they have by Gekkeikan that we may try. I didn't go and get it. It was a little pricey. But I mean, pricey in the sense that I didn't have enough money for it. It was actually like $21. And then this right here is only $11.
That's $11?
That's what I'm saying.
That's like,
this stuff is cheap and it's good.
And I was looking at the horsepower on it a little while ago. 15.6%. I mean, that'd be like a 30 proof. You know, 31.2, but you get what I mean.
31.2, yeah.
You know, which is pretty good. Like that's like a strong wine, which basically, my understanding of sake is that it's a rice wine.
It is basically just a rice wine. They used to call it just ozeki. Ozeki was alcohol. However, whenever they started getting into like other stuff, started getting stuff imported, they needed something to call their ozeki, so they called it sake. So they have this guy right here. Now, guys, what's going to happen next is going to be the old tradition, the opening of the bottle. Wonderful.
I bet you could hear a mouse piss on a cotton ball in Wisconsin, couldn't you?
Yeah. I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Take a whiff of that.
I'm gonna smell of this shit. Ooh.
Same smell, same consistency.
It smells exactly like what we drank last week, as a matter of fact. Maybe that's because, which then again, I'm very new to this stuff anyway. I'll let you do the pouring.
Yes.
Yeah, let's say we should probably just do the cups until we figure out how we're wanting to drink it.
Yeah, we're going to do it cold so you can give it a try. I always prefer it hot just because it's just better overall. But some people do prefer it to be cold. And that's what's so great about sake is you can drink this hot or cold. Sometimes there's certain brands that are like it's preferred that you drink it hot or drink it cold. But generally, sake is a very simple one or the other. If it's cold out, you can drink it hot. If it's hot out, you can drink it cold. Some people drink it over ice, stuff like that, and it all just goes down the same. It's what I love about it.
Oh, man, I'm excited. You know, like we're talking about this, and I'm not kidding. I am very eager.
All the way down.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I noticed little waves, and I was like, it's a very odd pattern. It was catching me breathing. So you're gonna have fun with that for like 2 seconds. But I am very eager to give this a test. Ready?
Come fight.
Yep.
Very good.
That is very good.
So how do you prefer it so far?
Straight up, I think I preferred it hot. Like,
that's what I mean.
I think that's probably the Waffle House.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very nice. It's very smooth. I mean, it doesn't cause any problems. Like it's kind of, you know, like it's you would think of like comparing it. I can't help but compare it to wine. It's like a dry wine, but it's not. It doesn't give you that dry wine feel.
That dry wine feel, but it does taste like a dry wine.
Yeah, and like I'm okay with the dry wine taste. It's just the feel of a dry wine is the problem. You know, so this is very pleasant. I'm very excited. You know, dude, let's get some of this shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm a huge fan of it. I bought this up in Michigan. My buddy Zach, who's in the other room, actually bought me. Well, he didn't buy it for me. He had this, and so he gave it to me. This is a larger one. I'm a huge consumer of sake, so I'll give you kind of a lower one just so you can kind of catch the feel of it, catch the vibe, catch the mojo. Oh, I just almost did the thing that Joseph did. Miss that guy.
I miss that guy too. We need to get him on and not go as hard. Oh my god. So what's your favorite conspiracy theory? Birds are fake.
Birds are fake.
Birds are fake. That was so funny.
A day that you'll never live down.
A day that I would forget about.
But I love reminding you.
Like you see my shoulders, like my whole life just go, you know? Drinking that wine.
So they usually have like better methods of heating it up, but I'm just going to microwave it. Microwaving it works just as fine.
Heck yeah.
Doesn't treat you with disrespect. So I'll be back.
Doesn't hit me with the what the fuck. That shit is so low. I think most of that's in yours though.
Absolutely. So this may be a podcast first where Derek officially gets fucked. So I'll be back in just a second to get the experience started.
Oh my gosh, man. Dude, I'm so stoked for this. This sake is going to be amazing. Oh, there he goes. Oh shit. Whoa. Whoa, my god. All 2 inches of my American wiener. You know, I'm trying to think of us a good story here. Whoa, what's going on here in the live stream? Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. What was that say? Say nice Nazgul. Hold on. I can't read. I can't read. I'm dumb as shit. Hold on a minute. Oh, good God. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so that's something I'll talk about while he's heating up the old rice wine. What the hell is this on the floor? Oh God, it's a mess. It was good. Anyway, for the actual podcast, this audio is going to be ass because my mic was just right there. Thank you for the compliment on the Nazgul costume. So yes, I went to a birthday party a little while ago, and it was a grand old time. It was a Lord of the Rings theme, and I was scrambling to come up with a costume because, like a lot of other things in my life, waited to the last minute to actually get my costume together. Literally last minute. So much so of a last minute that I was late to the party. And I live an hour away from it. So what happened was I was on my way in, and I had borrowed some leggings from my fiance that I am still wearing under my britches right now. I decided to take the dress off. But I stopped at Ross, and I was like, I can't just wear like this t-shirt and those leggings and be like, I couldn't do that. You're gonna love that whenever you go to edit this shit. But so I ran into Ross, lickety split, like lightning speed. I was like, gotta go fast. So I get into Ross, and oh, what the hell? Oh, that's my own hair. Shoot, I scared myself half to death. What is this? But I ran in, and I was like, I gotta find something that'll like wrap around me. So I find a dress, like a black dress.
Is that my sake? Oh my God.
Thank you. Found a black dress, a black like plush blanket, and a belt. And then we get there, and I gotta get cupcakes. So I get cupcakes at the Food City. And I'm changing into this dress in my car. I'm changing like out of my outfit that I was wearing. Put on the shirt, the leggings, the dress.
I'll explain.
Okay. Put on the leggings, the shirt, the dress. And I'm like in a hurry, and I'm like, oh my God, I even brought this like really cool knife with me. And I was like, I'll pretend it's like a Morgul blade. It's a knife that my uncle made a long time ago out of a horseshoe. And I was gonna pretend it was a Morgul blade and be like, oh, there we go. And I was gonna come in and like have an entrance and everything. I had it all thought out. Well, while in my rushed hurry to get dressed, I forgot my belt in the car. I was shocking the piss out of myself every 5 seconds because of that blanket. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like trying to like get it free and get all the stuff off of it. And like every couple seconds, it was like snap, crackling, popping and zapping me. And my hair was standing up, and my arm hairs was standing up. And I looked like I was in primal mode. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm about to have to get out of my car and touch this car. And I got to go. I got to get in her car. It was a big old freak out. If you're having a panic attack listening to me, I'm having a panic attack telling this story. So all this is going on. And I get out and I get in their car and we leave. And I'm like, motherfucker. I forgot my knife. I forgot my belt.
Damn, you really missed the skip there, man.
I know. You know what I did remember? My sunglasses. It was evening. The sun had been behind the hills. What was I doing? Like literally. But I did find out the dress had pockets, which is a major plus. And we had a great time at the party, dude. There was dancing. There was Lord of the Rings trivia. A lot of stuff I didn't know because I've not read the books. And there was a little bit of karaoke, but I did end up having to dip out. But thanks for the compliment on the Nazgul costume. Bet you didn't know that you were going to be getting that unleashed to the whole wide world, all 7 people who watch this show.
So did you actually know that A little known fact about the actual trivia on that: dwarves and elves is not an actual word. J.R. Tolkien made those words up.
Really?
And he said, I wrote the Webster Dictionary, bitch. That's a word.
Damn.
And then later came out saying, yeah, no, that's not an actual word. Yep.
Damn. Okay, now.
So,
Derek, explain.
So tradition for drinking sake is typically, as a sign of respect, you would pour your guest the drink.
Gladly.
But as we are co-hosts on this podcast, we technically are not the guest. But to kind of keep with that kind of tradition, I will pour your drinks and you will simply pour my drinks.
I insist. Listen. Be my guest.
Be my guest.
You know what, man? I'll take my pants off right now.
My pants were already off.
Everybody could see that my pants were on.
Yep.
But they're not anymore because you were just so polite.
I've just...
That it just blew my pants off.
I blew your pants
you
off.
Blew, you know, everybody's like, oh, let's knock your socks off.
Man,
he
just blew... That's my favorite phrase.
Knock your socks off on steroids right there by George.
My favorite saying has always been piss on that.
Piss on that. I love piss on that. I say piss on that all the time.
It's so straightforward. Piss on it, man.
Dude, piss on that. I got to catch myself so I don't say that like at my work. Like whenever I'm doing the thing where I can't say words like that. You know what I mean? Someone comes up and they start being, a little bit of an asshole. Just be like, hey, man, listen. Just piss on that, And it's like, listen, we don't want to do that. No, we don't do none of that. Piss on that right there. Eating people, piss on that.
That would slip out. But,
like the pee.
Exactly.
Well, allow me to be a respectful human being. Oh my God, I'm about to lose my mic.
That was a little heavy on the shot there. She'll be a little warm. I'm so excited. Because even after that first shot, like I'm already getting to feeling it. Really? I felt it for like a wave.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Let's get it going, boys.
Let's get it going. What did you say a minute ago whenever you went to drink this?
Kampai.
What does that mean?
Now that you've asked me, I can't remember, but it's basically like cheers.
Okay.
That's probably exactly what it is.
That's where I thought you said kampai, and I said, whoa. Yep. I'm an uncultured swine, as you may be able to tell.
Come on. I probably can't even spell it right.
Now, it's all right, buddy. Well, here, while this thing's still popping.
So, in Japanese, kampai is translated as, or transliterated as kampai. It is written with Chinese characters, which means dry, and it means sake cup. So an approximate translation is something like drink your cup dry.
Oh, I love that.
That's a good one.
Dude, that is good. Oh my gosh. See, we learn things here on the 5 o'clock reboot.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, we learn all kinds of things. We also learn that Derek's gaming chair is not a toilet. I just realized that was my cheers. His gaming chair is not a toilet. Piss on it.
Piss on it. Well, I learned not to.
Piss next to it. You know?
Piss on it. Piss next to it.
Dang, that's good stuff, man.
I told you, man. It's good. I love sake so much.
Dude, I do too. That, I don't know why that's dad blame good. Like it takes the good things that I like that you look for in like a dry wine. I think I said that a little while ago. Oh my gosh, I'm a broken record.
But see, you're not wrong. It puts all the good stuff about a dry wine forward, the taste, and it leaves everything in except for that dry part, that weird cotton mouth feel that you have after drinking it, you know, which is weird because it's a liquid. Why does it make my mouth feel like that? I don't like it. His mic has officially died again. Cute. Just pull up oh. And then just reselect it.
The stuff in real time. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Oh crap, that just came back. Is it working in Audacity? Wow, it is. Welcome.
The question is when it came out, but it'll be fine. But
oh shit.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it.
You're not gonna be able to look at it anyway.
True. Not without stopping the recording.
But it stops it with the resync.
Stops it. We just go the whole episode, and I forgot that I stopped it.
It's just a one-sided conversation the whole time. But you know, I like the fact that it's such a simple drink and it's such a good drink and it doesn't treat you with disrespect like the whole way through.
Yeah, no, like it's not been. I mean, thus far it's not been mean to me. I've not had a lot of it thus far.
Right.
But it's not been mean to me, and I really appreciate that about some drinks because I mean we've had drinks on this show that are just mean to you out the gate. Rain.
And just kicks your ass. Yeah.
That vodka from the bushes, man.
The vodka from the bushes,
bro. The vodka
bro.
from the bushes will come in and take your ass out, dude. That shit will step on your toes and it'll piss on it. Piss on it is what I gotta say. That's good. We always end up with something. I was gonna say we always end up with some gag,
some long-strewn statement of just now. What if?
Like
piss on that.
By the end of this, we'll have a book written, and it'll just be all our phrases, just in different orders. I say our phrases, but we always end up coming up, like, finding something that we just really like in an episode, and we beat it to death. I mean, we run that shit into the ground.
The haze has found its way over that way. Whoops.
Dude, yeah.
I'll have to blow it down.
Speaking of Cottonmouth, I'm just kidding.
So, don't look too much into it. But in other news today, I think I'm an anchorman in other news. So I actually quit my job. Again, turns out that illegal dealings is not my forte, so we just got out of it.
Thank God.
But I will be working in an actual trade job. I'm going to be metal spinning. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, I take a piece of metal, we stretch it, we shape it, we stick it on a lathe, or we'll stick it on a spinning machine, and we take two other pry bars and we stick it on the thing, and then we form pieces of metal while it spins.
Hell yeah, dude.
Basically, I'm making airplane parts. So it's really cool. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Like, I am very eager for whenever, like, after you've, like, full-on started the job. Like, I can't wait to hear your take next week.
Oh, yeah.
It's always fun whenever you, like, kind of start a new chapter in your life, you know?
It's a whole shift. And then if it pays well enough, I could actually look into, we were talking about it, starting up a business. I want to make the first cigar lounge in our area that actually wants to stay open. So I was talking about making a cigar lounge, and he gave me a fantastic idea about making a tavern right next to it and how cool that would be. So I want to make a cigar lounge, and a tavern will be right next to it. But the only issue is in the county is if there's alcohol involved, there has to be food involved. So it would have to be like a bar and grill.
That's what I was meaning. Like, even like we could still call it a tavern.
Well, no,
And,
I mean like for the cigar lounge, because with cigars, you don't just enjoy cigars. You also drink.
Well, I mean, what I'm getting at. Oh, well, that's an idea right there. But scandalous here on the pod. But what I was getting at is like you have like a little. It's like two separate little spots, right? And it's like a little place you can go, like maybe between the bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like you got it's like I got the men's restroom on this side, the women's restroom on this side, and then you got like a door. You know, and it's like, oh, what does this lead to? Lo and behold, the cigar lounge.
And I want to have the largest humidor in the state. Like that needs to be the gimmick.
You got big dreams there, because.
Yes, I do.
Listen, man, we can do it, but it's gonna take us some time. It's gonna take us a little bit of that money. And
yes.
You want to know what I'm about to be low on? Money, because I got a whole lot more bills that can suck my cock. Piss on them is what I got to say.
Piss on those bills.
You know, hey, piss
pissing
on
on
those
bills. It's so sweet too. There's like a sweetness to it.
Oh, take me home, country roads.
I can't exactly nail down what that flavor is.
You know, I know a friend of yours who nailed down a flavor, and I'm not gonna test. I'm gonna test.
What?
Your friends say that stuff tasted like dirt.
Oh yeah. So
We're just gonna leave that in the box.
nope, I'm unboxing it.
Oh no!
So my girlfriend, who is not my friend, the fuck, she's my girlfriend,
a friend of sorts.
Stated that warm sake tastes like semen.
Did we talk about this last week?
I don't think we did. We talked about it.
We talked about it after the pod.
Yeah.
And now we're bringing it to light on the pod. Which means there's a story I didn't tell on the pod. You remember that one feller, Motor Oil? Dude, he was a... Why did he do these things? Either way, you know what? We're gonna leave that in the box.
Probably a good
We're gonna
idea.
leave that one in the box.
That's where we'd probably want to leave it in the box.
Piss on it, leave it in the box.
Piss on that. Leave it in the box.
That needs to be a t-shirt right there.
Piss on that.
Piss on that, leave it in the box.
Leave it in the box. Note to self, piss on that, leave in the box.
I'm putting it in the Discord right now.
Got this guy right here too.
What the hell's that?
That's a Death Row vape. You know who makes those?
Death Row Inmates?
Literally, Snoop Dogg makes Death Row vapes. So there's some vape stores that'll tell you that QR vapes are made by Snoop Dogg. No, it's just Death Row.
So he makes them himself? He makes them himself?
Yeah, he goes in the shop, starts making them.
All right. Hell yeah.
I don't imagine the guy does much. I mean, he literally pays a dude to roll his joints for him.
Damn, dude. You know, guys, sorry to take us a little sidetrack here. I was going to make a note of piss on that, comma, leave it in the box. You see, we have a little thing in our Discord here, which we do have a Discord. Feel free to join. We have all kinds of friends in there. You know, we're active sometimes. He's a whole lot more active than I am because I am an awkward bean. As y'all can tell, I'm pretty good at talking, you know, whenever things are just wild. But whenever it gets text-wise, I'm not that good at it. But either way, in our notes that we have here, that we like try to write down things that we can remember. Oh my God. For the pod, we put like shirt ideas, stuff like that in there. A story from episodes past when I had to go to the doctor last summer for a very private issue. He asked me to put it in, and I opened up the notes, forgot all about the picture, and there I am. There I am, all sunburnt, crispy, and
Post it up.
And nothing was posting nowhere, buddy. I'll tell you right now.
Nothing.
Wasn't doing that neither.
Damn near felt like it though. You had your jewels, jewels were examined.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are. If you've got a sack, you get that thing ultrasounded. That is the most therapeutic experience I've ever had in my life.
Just nice warm gel.
Bless this lady's heart. That had to be the god-awfulest part of her job. And you want to know how I know? Because I asked her while she was doing it. I was like, hey, so how long you been doing this? She's like, I've been doing this for a few years now and all this other stuff. I really enjoy it, because I get to see all the little, I get to see all the babies and stuff like that. And I was like, so I was laying there and I was like, did you know you'd be doing this too? She said, as a matter of fact, no, I did not know I would be doing this too. And I can't say this is my favorite part of the job. And I was like, listen here. It could be worse.
It could always be worse.
Could always be worse. They could have been the size of a damn watermelon. You never know.
Man, that would be rough.
That would be awful.
She's just like, all right, unpack them.
Dropping bowling balls.
Oh.
Like a little tanuki.
All right.
Tanuki.
Tanuki?
Yeah. Have you seen the thing? It's like I think it's like a dog.
Tanuki?
Yes. Hold on. Let me type it out here. Hold on. Before people are like, that means something else, you prick. Listen, we've already established on this show I'm not as knowledgeable as I would like to be, and I oftentimes end up spouting shit before I really know.
It's a raccoon dog.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Look at some of the artwork.
Art.
That was a nice smack on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Let me see that.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, son. See, I ain't full of shit.
What the? Why?
Piss on that now. Piss on that.
I think he
Hey.
needs help pissing.
Piss on that tanuki.
What the fuck, dude? Man, Japanese folklore is strange.
That it is, buddy.
He's attacking a man with his scrotal sack.
Don't say scrotal sack. That sounds weird.
It's what he's doing.
Well, I know he's what he's doing, but why is it that we use all these euphemisms all the time? And whenever violence gets involved, you decide to use the scientific name.
The scrotal sack.
I didn't know scrotum meant the sack until that doctor visit. I just thought that was like the general overall.
This one is weird.
I didn't take anatomy in high school. I was a fool.
It's tossed over his shoulder.
Is he riding it on the cloud?
Dude, he's riding the other dudes.
Dude, oh, no.
What is this, man? All right. Well, I'm glad you showed me that.
Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you right now. Piss on that. This shit's really good.
Love this stuff.
Good Lord. Folklore is an interesting thing.
It's also nightmare fuel.
Of course it's nightmare fuel, because where did they get the stories?
I actually learned recently about a Japanese folktale.
Well, I don't think there would be any more appropriate time than to tell it while we're drinking what we're drinking.
I need to look up what it is. There is no other way to explain it. The shirime. And that means buttocks eye.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The what eye?
Buttocks. So the shirime is a mythological creature.
Okay.
And the only thing abnormal about him is he'll walk around. He looks like a normal human. He's a humanoid creature. But whenever he spots a target, he'll go full primal. Goes on all fours. Drops his pants. And
I swear.
This is what you see.
To me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That. Wait, hold on. Let me see that thing. Why is that one blue? What the frick, dude?
Yeah, dude. It's awful. It's just something that just exists. Like, where did they discover this?
Someone made a joke about the brown eye, and someone took that shit literally. Once that made it about 3 bars over, that thing got to be about the size of a baseball. And they were like, oh, yeah, no, it's an eyeball. It's an eyeball for a bum. Eyeball for a bum hole. And whenever
They
he gets
have a
angry,
game on it. That's how I
game?
discovered it. It's Curse of the Butt Eye. That one right there.
Please tell. That can't be real.
It's real.
Why?
Dude, why anything whenever it comes to... Oh, God, there's a cute one.
Cute my ass.
Ass.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Well, piss on it. You know what, man? Piss on that ass.
Dude, just anything yokai is just...
No, that's not going to be the toast. I'm not drinking on that one. I'm getting a better one.
There's some better images of the yokai. But that right there is like one of the strangest that I have seen to date. Because there's some of them that are just horrifying.
Well, there's a lot of like folk tales, like a lot of critters that you hear about, like cryptids and things like that are very, they are very unsettling. There is one, I listen to this paranormal podcast called This Paranormal Life every now and then. It's these 2 guys in the UK. It's a comedy podcast, you know, but they tell the story of a certain paranormal event, and then they come down to a conclusion at the very end of it as to whether or not they believe it's truly paranormal or whether they think it's bullshit, right? Now, there's only a few stories that they've told that leave me unsettled to this day.
Like?
There's one, and it's dumb. It's dumb. It is absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't be scary. And it's not scary, but it makes me go, ooh. And in a bad way.
But, like, what is it?
It's about the Whistler.
The Whistler.
The Whistler. It is a humanoid figure, I think in South America. I think. It's either in South America or it's in Asia. Those are 2 very, very different places. But alas, I can't remember. It's been a very long time. But people who've spotted him... Apologies for the pause. I had to resituate myself after watching that brown eye.
The brown eye actually
like
watches
that.
you.
Fuck that.
Piss on that.
Put it in a box.
I love that. Piss on that. Put it in a box.
But oh my god. But anyway, it's like this guy was talking about being a child, and it like sent him primal, like primal instincts kicked in, right? Like the fight or flight response, and it was freaking flight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he was in the woods, it was quiet, you know, and he was here, which is unusual, you know, whenever you're walking in the woods and you're used to being in the woods, because usually you hear things, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's not often silent. If you're in the woods and it is dead silent and you ain't hearing shit, something big's nearby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why all the little things
are quiet.
are hiding.
So like in the movie Signs, you could hear like the natural ambient sound of like small creatures, bugs and stuff like that. And then whenever the aliens finally show up, and they know this because everything went quiet.
Yeah.
Meaning they were here. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that film. That film.
Yeah, you're thinking about that one scene.
Oh my, look.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up. He's literally just posted up on top, and it's just a shadow. Dude, I can't.
I can't see them goosebumps from here.
Dude, like, I can't. That is a freaky scene. But he's just the girl's like, there's a man outside my room.
Okay, now you're giving me goosebumps because I ain't even seen the damn movie, but you showed me that scene.
Yeah, she's like, there's a man outside my room, and he's just like, they have like this heart-to-heart moment. She's like, I see you talking to mom. Does she ever answer back? And he's like, no. She's like, yeah, she doesn't answer me either. It's like, oh, that's sad. But then he like looks, and he's just standing there, menacingly, just up on top of the barn. And he's like, oh, and he goes to wake up his brother. He's like, the boys are back. He's talking about some kids that are like some punk kids, thinking that it's them.
Yeah.
And then it's not, clearly. It's clearly not them. But like that one particular scene where they're like prepping everything, and as they finally get ready, they like look out into the field, and like the birds, the crickets, and all of them stop making sound, and they're like, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were talking about that particular thing.
It was quiet. And I can't remember if he saw, I think he saw a man in a boat, like a shadowy man figure out in the water. And it was just like this whistle that kind of rises, right? It's not like nothing like that, but it's like
that. That's unsettling.
Yeah.
Like in the woods, just minding your own business and just hearing something like that. Like hearing anything normal in the woods is unsettling.
Yeah. See, here's the big kicker. The big kicker. The guy saw it when he was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear nothing about it. Like, he went back, told his family about it, and they were like, whoa, weird. And then later on in life, he was back in the woods somewhere else, and he heard it at night. And he caught it. Like, and somebody like caught it on like or I don't know if he caught it or, and it's very easily faked, right? Like somebody could fake this no problem. I'm not saying that it's a real fucking story. All I'm saying is it give it to me the goosebumps. Like I had, it was bad. Now,
I'm going hiking tomorrow, by the way. Fuck you.
You don't have to go on no far trails. You can go.
It don't matter.
Places. You can see the damn road.
It don't matter. If I hear that, I'm shooting in random directions.
Well, it wasn't here.
I don't care. You know what the thing about the supernatural and the paranormal is? It's not located in one area.
That's true.
It can go wherever the fuck it wants. It's why it's called a folk tale. It's spread around the ages.
Yeah. Man, but a lot of folk tales like are very, very unsettling. Some that I never really thought of as unsettling until I learned about it. Like until I like learned more about like the creature itself was the banshee. The harbingers of death.
Yes.
You know, and people are like, oh, you know, it's like you hear, you know, whenever people think about banshees, they think like, ah! No.
No, they're worse.
No, it's not. Ah! You know what the whales are?
Mm.
It's the spirits of women, and they're harbingers of death. They're there. They warn other members of family. They warn other people when death is coming. Right? So let's say that you're sitting in your cabin out in the middle of the night. You know, it's the middle of the night. Let's say it's a long time ago, right? There's no city sounds, nothing like that. You may have a fire and a wood heater, you know, trying to go to bed. And outside your window, you hear a woman scream crying. Just crying.
I don't like that.
And it gets closer, you know. It's like there, and you hear it pass. And then your uncle's dead tomorrow. That's how you know.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
That is, like I said, like it's the unsettling things. They're not unsettling whenever they're like, if that were to happen outside my window, like yeah, it'd be spooky, but like I'm in civilization.
Yeah, if you heard that outside, well, number one, if you heard that outside your window right now, I would freak out because you're way up high.
I'd be grabbing my gun quickly. I'd be flipping this fucking table, sending it into the ether, and reaching in that drawer and putting rounds outside my fucking window.
That's like my biggest. That's like my biggest fear, dude. Is to be like, because every now and then I look out my windows. Not often. I keep my blinds drawn most of the time because I'm a nervous guy.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I don't have blinds on the backside of my house right now. So you know, whenever I look back there at night, it's great because there's no light. So like, there's just nothing. Thank God. Hallelujah. So far. But my biggest fear is just like looking through the windows and seeing somebody. I'm about to fall out just talking about it.
Dude,
because like there's the thing that scares me most in this whole wide world is human fucking beings. That is the scariest thing. There's one right there. I'm just kidding.
See, I always say that like with like urban exploring and stuff like that. Ghosts do not scare me.
Well, I mean, ghosts kind of scare me a little bit, but you know.
No, living people scare me.
Well, living people scare me more because like if I'm going somewhere, right? And there's somebody who is on things that are going to cause them great harm and inadvertently cause me harm.
Mm-hmm.
Because number one, my head ass is somewhere I ought not be. Number two, they think I'm a dragon wandering into their little freaking hidey hole, you know, and they go ape shit on me. What the fuck? No.
Absolutely not.
Not doing it. Yeah, you know what? Piss on that dragon.
Put it in a box. I'm not doing it. Sorry, Chief.
Me neither.
There you go. That's a full tankard, my boy.
Thank you.
No,
did you drink yours? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I always tell people, ooh,
full tankard for you as well. You know, would you say this is probably about like a glass of wine?
Probably.
You think we should have another?
I'm having another.
What time is it?
About that time to have another.
It's not that late.
It's about that time to have another.
I'll have another.
I'll have another.
You want us to have it?
Let's have another.
I'll let you do your thing.
Do another.
Do another. No!
And I'll prep us another tankard.
Thanks, buddy. Man, but paranormal things just really freak me the freak out. I've talked about my paranormal experiences on this podcast a lot. Derek's talked about his paranormal experiences on this podcast a lot. And see, the thing that gets me is it's not the things that have happened 100%. Because the things that have happened do factor into what I think about. But it's the fact that you never know when something's going to happen. You know? Like, whenever I was in college and I was hearing that beeping noise just all around, and it was around 3 a.m, you know, the witching hour and everything. It was awful. And I never figured out what it was. Like, me and my roommate in our room would hear this beeping noise, and it was like beep, 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 about that frequency, close to that frequency. Except, you know, it was like, well, not frequency. Yeah, frequency. No, it was that tempo, and it was about that, like, it was like that, but just a little bit higher of a key. And, like, it woke us up the first night, and we were like, what is that? And I thought my roommate had changed alarms. I was like, hey, what are you doing setting your alarm like this? And he, like, looks up at me, and he says, that ain't my alarm, buddy. He says, I thought it was yours. I was like, well, it ain't mine. It's got to be one of the neighbors. And we're like, well, it'll shut off at some point. I mean, if it's loud enough to be coming into our room, it's loud enough to wake them up, right? Wrongo. I poke my head out into the hallway, and I don't hear it. Like, I'm not hearing it. I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from. And then, like, I get back in the room. It's not, like, super loud. It's, like, kind of a faint beep, 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 beep. You know, well, that was too fast. But, and he and I, like, talk about it for a minute, you know, and eventually it stops, and we're like, oh, thank God. And we go back to sleep. And then we're fine for a few more weeks. A few weeks go by. And then again, this time we were actually up, you know, we were staying up late, and we heard it. And we were like, what could that possibly be? Come to find out, in the 80s, there was an airplane crash outside our dorm hall. Before the dorm hall was, like, built. And people died. Like, where our parking lot is. So, we were like, well, it could be, like, some airplane, like, warning thing. When we were looking up, like, airplane, like, Mayday warnings, which, hey, if you ever want an idea, like, if you're having a hard time staying awake and you're like, man, I'm trying to get some stuff done, I'm falling asleep, energy drinks ain't doing it, coffee ain't doing it for me. Hey, if it's 2 a.m, look up you know, Mayday, like old Mayday signals, like Mayday, like alarms, warnings, in the middle of the night. You will piss your pants, and your pants being pissed will keep you awake, because that's what it did for us. And we heard it, and it wasn't the same noise, but it still freaked us the hell out. And we stopped, you know, and it finally stopped, and we went to bed, and I didn't hear it for a long time. Fuck you, sir. You know, that kind of makes me think of that Whistler. I don't know if everybody else could hear that the tankards clanking, but there was that. But my roommate had moved out. It was the final day that I was there. All my shit was packed. I had been cramming for my last final. This was that 1 year that I went to college. I was cramming for my last final, and eventually I decided to go to bed about 2:30 in the morning. Well, I'm laying there trying to go to sleep. I'm nervous as all hell because I'm afraid I'm going to fail the class. And I'm laying there, and it starts up. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, please just stop. I was like, just quit. I was like, just stop it. Because I was in the room by myself. My roommate was gone. All of his shit was gone. It was just mine, and mine was in bags. And I was laying on a pillow and a blanket. That's what I was doing. And so I covered my head with my pillow, and I'm like, maybe it'll get quieter. Fun fact, did not get quieter. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, just fucking quit. And I'm like, why don't this just go away? And eventually I hear it, and you know how like you can kind of tell where things are by sound, you know? I hear it go beep 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 beep. And then it was done. And I haven't heard it since. But that's because I'm not in that building. I said, piss on that shit.
Put it in a box
and piss on it. That's kind of what I said to college in general, which I don't recommend. Unless you just find something that you absolutely love doing. I love what I do now, and I'm very glad that I'm still able to do it. But, you know.
I'm gonna do a little bit of ASMR for you. Nope.
I'm gonna do a little bit of ASMR for you.
Clonk.
Yeah. You're gonna love that. Oh my God. With those headphones, huh? That's gonna be one of my favorite things to think about.
It's doing it so much better.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
It sounds like you got a couple glass things that's sitting outside, and they're tied on a string close together, and the wind's blowing.
You
know?
Very soothing.
Unless it's 3 in the morning.
Until it's not windy.
Say unless it's 3 in the morning and it ain't windy. And there ain't no bear outside. Whoa! It's haunted! Oh my God! It sent a vape flying. What are we gonna do? Oh my God! Lost Mary. Lost Mary, keep on looking. Fucking on that shit. I shouldn't be dropping that kind of language. A rude of me.
That language.
Dude,
Language.
I'm glad that this. I'm glad that this ended up being a paranormal episode, because I've been itching for a cryptid episode.
A cryptid, dude. So now that like the general public has gotten their hands on that kind of knowledge, it's been it's been going like everywhere, like alternatives and stuff like that. Dude, alternates are so horrifying. You've never heard of alternates? So strap in for this shit. Alternates. Alternates. Yep. So an alternate. Man, your mic really just hates you. Wow. But alternates are a well, as the title explains, it's an alternate, right?
Hello.
Uh-oh.
There we are. Yeah. So my audio just cut out there for a second. Sorry, y'all. Basically what I was saying was I have a 45-minute drive here in about 3 hours down a dark road in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So we're going to have fun. Anyway, alternates, please.
So, an alternate is like it's you or a loved one. And the way that an alternate works is it basically will either mimic you or a loved one, and they'll still be alive, but what they typically want to do is kill who they cloned and then become that person and then kill you. There's ways to tell different alternates, right? And the ways that they do it, that some of the creepy ways that they do it, because it's completely taken over on TikTok and stuff like that, where it'll just be, they'll come home and they'll think that their mom is home or someone else.
Oh, no, no.
Dude, just thinking about it.
I read a creepypasta little story about it, and you can fuck that off. Nope.
You can hear them and stuff like that, and they're like, yes, honey, da 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 da. And they're like, my mom does not call me honey. And then the camera will like pan to them looking at them, and they just have like this huge curled ear to ear smile. And they have all these teeth showing. Man.
You know what? You want to know something? Do you know what? Put that in a box. And then piss on the box.
And then piss on the box.
Piss on that. Put it in a box. Piss on the box. Dishonor on the box. Bury the box. Piss in the hole. That's what I got to say about that, because that made me way more uneasy than it should have. Dude, I'm getting geeky.
Yeah.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Told you.
I'm going to be here for a few hours.
But,
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm having fun with my buddy Derek.
But that's what I always tell people. Like, that is probably the scariest thing that could possibly exist.
Piss in a hole.
Piss in the hole. It's so much better hot.
Holy shit, it is. I'm glad that there was not as much left. Because if I were to drink as much as we did in the beginning, you see, I would be fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, dude, I'm not kidding. I think this is going to get me at the sweet spot. I think it's going to get me right where I need to be.
Why do you think I love sake so much?
We're about to be a sake cast.
The Sweet Sake Channel.
Sweet Sake Channel. But anyway, about the alternates. Oh, fuck. Oh, I can't stop thinking about it. You bastard.
Like, what terrifies me.
What if I'm one?
That's just it. Like, you will never know until it's too late. That's the horrifying theory behind it. If they existed, you would not know until it was far too late.
Yeah, you know, I noticed some weird things about this room today. Whenever I came in here, so I'm freaking out.
Like what?
Like, you know, that picture.
Oh yeah, my Harvey picture.
Yeah, your Harvey picture. That was not here last week.
I put up a whole bunch of stuff.
I know you did. That's why you're like, I mean, you know, it's just subtle things. You're like, it's just subtle little things, and I'm like, new artwork.
That's not new.
I know it's not new artwork, but it's new to this room. I know you're not one. You know, I know it's like a creepypasta thing, but what if it's real?
But the thing is, like, it won't be things around you. It'll be them.
Okay.
They'll look off. Like, you won't be able to put your finger on it, but they would just look off.
Dude, God forbid if you lose weight. Jesus, like, what if I lost like 10 pounds and you're like, Alex, there's something different about him. God, his double chin is just a little bit smaller. You know.
Come
to find out I actually am one. Wouldn't that be awful?
Wouldn't that be awful? I just drop you and you just like melt into the ground and we're just like.
No, you know what the scary thing would be is if bullets didn't work on them. That would be scary.
There's no known way to kill an alternative.
Yeah, so like, let's say you shoot them, you pop them full of holes and they drop. And if they stay dropped, you know you fucked up and just committed a crime.
You just committed murder.
You just murdered your friend. Like, in cold blood. Not a care in the world. You're just like... Oh my gosh, that's awful. But like, you pop them full of holes and they get back up and they're going, you know... And they got more teeth than they should.
Yeah, let me see if I can look up like a picture of an alternative.
No. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would prefer you didn't. Because do you want to know something, Derek? I have to go to sleep when I get home for at least 3 hours. You know why? Because I got a lot of crap that I got to do tomorrow, and I know you do too. You want to... Hey. I'm not looking at a picture. You know what? I'm not doing it. You can pull up a picture for your own satisfaction. I don't give a fuck. I'm not looking at that shit. I need to be at peace, dude. We're drinking sake.
Go ahead, take a look.
Look at it.
It's, like I said, it's very subtle. It's just subtle differences. Like, this person just doesn't have a face.
The further you get with this, the creepier it gets. I've seen this shit before.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just
That's
very...
enough.
It's
That's
very
enough of that.
subtle things, and that's...
Subtle my ass, dude. Their eyes were like 6 feet long and an inch wide.
I mean, yeah. Ew.
No, I'm not looking at it. Don't even show it.
Ew.
Don't even show it.
He made himself smile.
Huh?
He made himself smile. He like pulled his... Like he opened his mouth and then pulled it into a smile, and he's like, ah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Put that picture that you just put right there, take that picture, put that in the box and fuck it. I mean, piss on it.
And fuck it and piss on it.
What if that's somebody's kink?
Fucking alternatives?
Do you know how many billion people there are on this planet, Derek? There is one. There's one human being who you know gets off to that shit.
There would be. This isn't spooky, but this is like some of the alternates. See how subtle that is? It's just the shape of their head.
No, that's not just the shape of her head, buddy. All right, you got the shape of her head. Fuck you. Holy God, help us. I found 3 differences and I was analyzing them right there, and I was like, and like the more I was looking at it, like the worse it was getting, you know what I mean? The longer you look at the alternate, the creepier it gets.
Oh yeah.
Because you see, the thing is, and it's like, it's a scientific thing. Like it's a scientific, well, psychology is a science. Like it's a psychological thing, right? Where subtle differences, like very light differences with humans, like with human faces, are deeply unsettling because our brains want it to be right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have the two things and you just subtly change something, right? It's kind of like that thing where like they say if you move everybody's shit like 3 inches to the left, like you reorient someone's house 3 inches to the left, they will lose their freaking mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because something will be different. They don't know what it is.
Exactly. And that's what it is about those, right? But like with those pictures, you can pinpoint it, but the longer you look at it, the more, like the worse it gets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, okay, her head shape has changed. If you noticed her pupils, did you look at them? Her pupils, see,
They're more dilated.
well, it's not that they're more dilated, they're facing out.
The corneas and everything, yeah.
Yeah, like her eyes are actually facing out. When in the first picture, they're both like equally looking in one direction. The other one, they're going like that. And then her smile, not only like the angle up here was the same. This down here went maybe just an inch or two further.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking at all that and the shape of her head changed. I was like, man, that is creepy. And then your head ass comes over here and mind fucks me, you ass. Oh my God. That was unmitigated. I saw a white flash. You know what that was? That was my life flashing before my eyes. That's exactly what it was. I saw something. Listen, I had a memory of being 3 years old. You know what I was eating? Grass, because I was a dummy. You brought this back to me, you bastard. And I shit my pants. And I'm still still wearing my fiance's leggings, you asshole. Shit in your fiance's leggings. I would like to go ahead, for everyone who is not with us in the live, and everyone who's not watching this on YouTube, if you were just listening to this as in audio, I want you to know, anytime that we have been like saying weird shit like that, we are toasting. So we just toasted to shitting my fiance's leggings.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Man.
But yeah, those are always some of the scariest things. Like it's things that are not outside of the realm of possibility. That's what's so horrifying.
Nothing's outside of the realm of possibility.
That's what I mean.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's why it's called paranormal, supernatural.
Exactly. It's outside the norm, outside the natural, what we perceive as the natural, you know. And I mean, I'll admit there are some of them that are just like downright out there, right? Yeah. Like that's fucking out there. But what do you know how many like, all right, so you know, people believe in aliens, right? Extraterrestrials.
Extra testicles.
Extra testicles. Tanukis. People believe in extraterrestrials, right? It's not all the same thing. Do you know how many extraterrestrials people believe there are? I mean, and number one, it's a lot, like way more than we can like count of, right? Because with as big as the universe is, right?
The possibilities are
literally freaking endless. The possibilities are literally endless. Now, that being said, it's like, well, what if, you know, if life is all stuff like this, we have to think outside of our human capabilities, right? Because we are a race of life, you know, that have progressed at a certain rate, right? And I will say that rate has skyrocketed. You know, it went like a big unga bunga fire, unga bunga wheel, unga bunga civilization, unga bunga
steam.
There we went. You know,
Teslas,
podcast for fun. You know, and it took us so long to get here. Now there are other that leaves the possibility for there to be other life forms that, if they have visited here, they have mastered. They have become so advanced that they are able to travel across potentially galaxies, right? They have unlocked the ability to live for so long, and that could be due to their atmosphere. That could be due to the different things that they've adapted to, right?
There's a perception that our planet is billions of years old. That is still relatively young compared to the actual universe.
Exactly.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
We've had meteors that have hit the planet that are older than the planet.
Yeah.
That is unnerving, you know? Like, to think that somewhere there could be two versions of us doing the same thing that we're doing right now, but their foreheads are like 5 foot long.
And they could be talking about us like we're freaks.
Yeah. They're like, man, okay, so there's these things are called alternates, right? And they look just like us. But you see, notice the subtle difference? You see how that one's forehead's not 5 foot long? What a weirdo.
Exactly.
Dude, aliens would be racist.
Dude, you bet your sweet ass they would. Actually, no, they would probably find a way to get like around that shit. I'm sure they would.
I bet there's hillbilly aliens. They're just racist.
Those are the aliens. Those aliens don't visit other planets.
Exactly.
Those aliens stay in their hills, right? That's why do you think I've lived here my whole life? Okay. I'm not, you know. Okay, I am a hillbilly. I'm not racist. I am a hillbilly. You know, but there is a difference, you know.
There is a difference.
But anyway, everything considered about the aliens, there are so many different kinds that people believe in. Like, and you know, there's some crazy conspiracies that we have been visited and like deals have been made with these aliens.
That they can like abduct people at random.
Yes, you're talking about I think it was the Nordics and the Greys that met with Eisenhower in the 50s is what you're talking about, right? That conspiracy? Oh, yeah. The one where I think it was the Greys were like, yeah, I mean, it was either the Greys or the Nordics, whichever one of them offered. They were like, hey, we can like unlock you guys, like unlock a potential in you guys. Like there's something blocking you from being great. And we can fix that. Like we can just like unlock this potential. Like for everybody. And there will be peace. There won't be any wars. It'll be wonderful. It's going to be a good thing. And then the other race was like, hey, you know, if you let us come get some people every now and then, and we promise we'll bring them back. Like, that's part of the deal. We'll bring them back, but we get to abduct as many people as we want. And we'll bring them back with their memory wiped, of course. And yeah, if you let us do that without causing problems, we will give you all kinds of technology. And you know what happened? Probably, what, 10 years later? Not even 10 years later. Less than 10 years later. We were on the moon. And back.
Yeah, but then that theory kind of falls underway because remember Salmonella?
Yeah.
Where we were like testing different ways to do that. We were sending animals up there, flies.
I mean, yeah, we were sending animals up there. Of course, we weren't sending humans up there first. Now, they didn't. Now, I don't know if they said that they were like, yeah, we'll give you like the key to the universe. Like, they probably wasn't shit like that. And straight up, if they're saying, hey, if you let us, you know, test your species and we'll give you some technology, number one, it was probably used more for military stuff anyway. But you could take what you know about one thing and apply it to another thing. Do you think that a president, especially during that time, you know, when like the Red Scare was such a big thing, do you think he would have been so keen about it if he was like, if they were like, you know, man, we'll teach you how to travel in space? Or do you think he would have been more keen about it if he would have been like, you know, man, we can help you develop weapons that'll fuck someone up. And thus, we could think about like other rocket type stuff. Which I don't know. This is all just ramblings right now. I could be full of shit.
But do you
I'm
think
having flashbacks to that one guy who, or not, it's not flashbacks. I'm thinking back to that one guy that was like, oh, look, two dudes who don't know what they're talking about. And I was like, that's right, we don't know what we're talking about. I'm literally spitting ideas right now.
But do you think
I'm spitting possibilities.
Do you think that he came back at them like, we made atom bombs. We don't need your weapons.
That's true, we did make atom bombs. How are the bombs dropped?
By plane.
Yeah. Not long after that, we were using like hardcore rocket type stuff.
Well, yeah, but like we still use we don't use atom bombs anymore.
Right.
But they would use stuff like that for it. And he was just like, you know what we did? We made an atom bomb.
We split the fucking atom. Splitting the fucking atom. Speaking of atom, actually, no, we're not going to toast on that. That's a little insensitive.
Being death, the destroyer of worlds. Yeah, it's a little insensitive.
Yeah. Who? Oh, what was it? Oppenheimer?
I think it was Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. He said that he was he is death.
I have
become death. Yeah, that guy.
The destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, I really think that we, and everybody else on this planet I know thinks this at some point, that we have come too far.
I think there's a way that you discover that you've come too far, and that is one of them.
You know how you discover that you come too far? When world leaders are like, we're going to put this on hold.
You know what? We thought about it. The mass genocide was a bit far, okay? The genocide, putting them in inhumane situations, war crimes. We'll admit, we went a little too far. Please do not unleash the sun on us. And there won't be any further problems. Not that there would be. Not that there would be problems. But you get what I mean. Please don't drop the sun on us. Twice.
Yeah. You know what, man? Here's to putting that shit on hold.
To putting that shit on hold.
Oh my God, there can't be much more left.
No, there isn't.
Did you see that pour?
I didn't. I saw the butt of the bottle.
Well, you missed out.
Piss on that. Put
Piss
it in a
on
box.
that. Put it in a box. But no, for real. So, which also brings me to another interesting topic as far as paranormal things go. If we have such awesome technology, do you believe that there could be some of these cryptids out there that we haven't found? Or do you think it's that we found them and we are testing them and using them and we refuse to, and that people refuse to tell the public about them?
I think there's a lot that they refuse to tell the public.
I mean, I believe there's a lot they refuse to tell the public too. Shoot forward, did you hear about that one feller that leaked government documents on Discord?
Yep.
On Discord?
And it was about their dealings with Ukraine and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there was like spies' names disclosed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw a TikTok and the guy was talking about it. He said, "Yeah, you want to know how that conversation went?" A guy said, "Hey, I have clearance with like secret documents," and this other guy in the Discord chat said, "Huh, no, you don't." And the dude sent it into the Discord. It's what he was saying. It could be bullshit, but the dude fucking sent it. We didn't get a major national security like threat, you know, or compromisation because of, you know, money, fame, sex, nothing like that. It was a do it, you bitch.
Do what you want.
Do what you want. You won't. You're a liar. And the guy said, "I'm a liar, am I?" And then he whipped out danger.
And this guy's going to go to prison for the rest of his life.
Yes. For being a dumbass.
I would say for doing the right thing.
For saying, "Oh yeah, no, like proving this shit out."
Yeah, because Edward Snowden did the exact same thing, and he will die in Russia.
Yeah, he ain't coming back here.
He's not coming back because the espionage thing, like treason, is a pretty heavy sentence.
It's a very heavy crime. Yes.
You don't go to a regular prison, buddy.
Yeah, no, you're in a bad way.
Yeah, and so like people who become whistleblowers, those people I would consider to be heroes.
Now, I believe whistleblowers are heroes, but here's the thing, man. I believe you got to be careful with certain information.
Yeah.
Right? Like letting the American people know that the government can and is watching you, like through your devices, whether they're off, whether you have the battery out, all these other things. Letting you know that like you can be watched and you are probably being watched. Listen, that's top tier shit. Let me know that stuff. You know, that's good to know.
Very important.
But throwing out information like, here's the name of the people who are helping us do covert operations in Ukraine.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you're endangering people, and you're also like tipping that scale into like, okay, now's the time. Now's the time we are officially involved. You know what I mean? Like, you are pushing that needle over, like, you're just going a little too far. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad, like, it's awful, but I do think that there is some information that you don't want everybody to know.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, our involvement over there kind of puts a bit of an oopsie daisy, but I mean, they're not in NATO. They've moved on to their other alliances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so with them no longer, Ukraine not being involved in either, like if they were involved in NATO, then this whole thing would have been dealt with, right?
Well,
That's a little more of a controversial topic.
Yeah, we'll shift away from that, but I was mainly talking about, like, I didn't mean to like get so specific about some of the information, but I was mainly getting to there is some information that shouldn't be public, right? Like all right, let's say you have a secret, right? Something you don't want everybody to know. Now, you may have that one friend who you can tell, and they're a steel trap. They won't tell nobody. You know,
They just so happen to tell the one that yells the loudest.
Yeah, it's like you tell that one person, you know, they keep that shit up there. You know, what I like to do whenever someone's like, "Hey, let me tell you something," you can't tell nobody. One of my favorite things to do is to not think about it. Because if I forget it, I can't tell nobody about it. You know what I mean? But there's also those people who it's like, hey, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell nobody. And that person says, okay, I'm going to tell nobody except for one person because I get my one person. You had your one person and I was that person. I get my one person. And they tell that to the one person and all of a sudden everybody knows the shit that nobody wanted to know.
Yep.
You know? Like, it's... Did you hear that?
There's a lot of people in this house.
I know there's a lot of people in this house. It was like, woo, woo, woo. It was like a vibration thing. Did you hear that whistle?
Don't you do this.
I won't do it to you. Because I'm nice. Because I'm nice, Mr. fucking... Wah! You freaking... Woo!
To keeping secrets.
Okay. To the grave.
To the grave.
There it is. There it is. I was wondering when it was going to freaking happen. I was like, we can't keep going like this, Captain.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Now, buddy, we have one more toast on this episode.
Yes, sir.
And it kind of has to be good.
I think for the wrap-up should be our last toast.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now, I do have a question, and I think this will lead us into like close to the rating. Before we rate these drinks, I want to know what is one paranormal creature that you believe 100% exists, if there are any, and you can say that there are none that you believe exist.
I wouldn't say that I don't believe in any, because there's an infinite possibility, because it's all like a theory. There's an infinite possibility about what could exist in our realm of existence. I would probably say, if I was held at gunpoint, I needed to say, for a fact, I believe this exists. I mean, Bigfoot's like a giveaway. Aliens are a no-brainer. But something like outside of that norm, something that really would terrify me. I think alternates and cryptids. Like, the possibility is there. And how fucking terrifying.
I don't want to think about it. I can't think about it right now. So you believe you believe that alternates, the greater possibility is that there would be alternates in the world?
I mean, so like, have you ever seen Us?
I've seen the trailers for it, and I saw some of the ads, and it freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. So there's like an underground society of people who look exactly like their counterpart. Doppelgangers of the service world. Something like that could exist. And what they do is they come from the surface, kill everyone who they look like.
And they replace them.
And then they join hands around the world.
Literally join hands?
Literally join hands around the world. That terrifies me.
Of us getting replaced by
an alternate.
By an alternate, which, in the case of us, would come from the
ground. As an underground... So
like the Hollow Earth.
Yeah. Could you fucking imagine, dude?
Yeah, could you imagine if the Hollow Earth were a thing? You know what's wild? You know how we're taught about the core and the mantle of planets and stuff? You know that's technically a theory?
It's all theory.
It's a theory. Now, I'm not going to come in here and say that I believe that there's a Hollow Earth. Now, if you caught me on an episode where I was wasted, I might say that I do, but I don't. Genuinely, I don't think that it's a Hollow Earth. But you know what? I don't know. Nobody knows.
No one really knows.
Somebody knows. They're not going to tell. because the last person that they told just leaked stuff on Discord, so they're not telling nobody nothing now. Anyway, do you want to know what my cryptid is? I genuinely believe in skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Which they sound similar to alternates, but alternates are more like of a personal type thing where there's like doppelgangers, whereas skinwalkers are shapeshifters, right?
Them and Wendigos. Don't even get me started on those things, dude. Those things are fucking horrifying.
Yeah. Well, skinwalkers terrify me because, like, I think about my buddy, our good buddy Jesse that's been on the pod. You know, I think about his account and, oh my gosh. So for those of you who don't know, he was at his job at the time, and he was a late night security guard, which makes sense that a security guard would see things like this, because who would see the things that nobody else sees? Who would see the things that go undetected? Those who watch. Now, it was the middle of the night. He was parked at a checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And his headlights are just on normal. He's looking on his phone. He's doing his thing. You know, he's just kind of chilling. It's the middle of the night. What's going to happen? When he glances up from his phone because he's about to leave, he glances up and he sees the bottom half of a human illuminated by the light. But the thing is, it's not just a human, it's a shadowy figure. It's a shadowy looking 3-dimensional human, right? Couldn't tell. He goes, what the fuck? Because it's in the middle of the road, in the middle of the night, out in bumfuck nowhere. So he turns on his bright lights. And when he turned, okay, hold on, let me back up real quick. Not only did he see the bottom half of him, but he could tell that there was more, and he could see yellow eyes, which is a trademark of skinwalkers. Yellow eyes illuminated by the light reflecting yellow back to him. So what he decides to do is he says, what the heck is that? That don't make no sense. Turns on his brights. As soon as he turns on his brights, this figure of a human, which is way taller than a human should be at that distance, turns to the side. When this human turns to the side, their legs are actually bent backwards like a canine, and it drops to all fours and it tears off. And he tries to follow it as best as he can, and he sees it run through a field, and it runs around the corner behind a barn, and it's gone. Now he's like, I gotta get back to the center. I gotta get back to the office. Middle of the night, nobody should be out there, right? What starts chasing him back to the guard shack? A Humvee. Military vehicle. Follows him back, rides his ass, brights on and everything. And he tries calling his wife because he's freaking out. He don't know what's going on. He tries calling his wife and his phone won't reach out. Tries calling his mama. His phone won't reach out. Come to find out, they were awake at the time and felt something was off and was trying to call him too. And their calls wasn't reaching him neither. Texts weren't even going through. Like, he wasn't able to get a text message out. Now, he normally could get text messages and calls and shit like that out. I mean, obviously he would, because, I mean, you wouldn't try to call if you knew you couldn't call nobody. You know what I mean? He'd been at the job for a long time. And he gets back to the guard shack, and after a while, his phone starts working again. He's able to get in touch, and he tells a couple people about what he's seen. Now, that story right there. Now, my buddy, I will say, whenever we were younger in school, he used to tell a couple stories, and I was like, bullshit, you know. He was like, I saw a red-eyed werewolf outside my room. I was like, you're full of shit. That's crazy. There's no way that's real. The gravitas in this man's voice when he told me this story. And the fact that he has told the same story for years and not a single detail has changed kind of makes me stick with this. That is something that he really saw, and I believe that. And if he really saw it, and I believe that he really saw it, then obviously I believe that it is really a thing. So I would say skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers are a horrifying addition to the family.
Now that we've given our what we believe to be true on this pod. I want to know what you believe. This drink right here lies on your clock.
So, the Gekkeikan sake. Sake in general has always been my favorite. I love sake. It's a very simple drink. It's a very smooth drink. It's not very bitter. It doesn't attack your senses or anything like that. You can drink it hot. You can drink it cold. It's a very versatile drink. And above all else, we finished the bottle.
Yeah, and
just the two of us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to drive like for another probably couple hours, but I'm not drunk. Like I'm where I would want to be.
Yeah.
Because if I were any drunker than I am right now, I would probably be sad.
That's what I like about it. Get you where you need to go. So personally, I would say that this sits at a very high, respectable 5 o'clock.
Really?
Very respectable 5 o'clock.
Wow, that's very generous of you. We don't get too awful many 5 o'clocks out of our good buddy Derek. I'm pretty much I'm a very cheap drunk there. I like drinking stuff, so 5 o'clocks get out of me pretty easy. Like I give way more fives than I should. I'll admit I give way more fives than I should, but I just like the stuff. It tastes good and it makes me happy.
But see, that's your personal opinion, so you're allowed to have that.
Yeah, well, thanks, man. Thanks. Now, Gekkeikan.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Derek.
Where does Gekkeikan sake sit on the clock for you?
Now, Gekkeikan sake. On my clock, I got to say. Now, let me just go over some things of this drink before I start putting it on anything serious now. This drink right here, it has a great flavor. I mean, if you like a dry wine, this is going to be something that is for you. You see, because it is in fact a dry wine, but it doesn't give you that cottonmouth feel in your tongue and in your gums. But this right here, it has that flavor, right? And it doesn't taste like butter. I just want to go ahead and get that out the damn way. It don't taste like butter. It's got, it's like hard to put my finger on it, but it's like there's like a slight sourness to it, but it's like not so sour that it makes you go, puckers.
Like a tart.
But it's like a tart thing, right? If you like tart things, then this would definitely be for you. I mean, it is and I like tart. Tart's good for me. I'm a cider feller. And this is a rice wine, which is two very different things. But alas, here we are. It's very tart. It feels good going down. I've drunk a lot of this tonight, and I haven't felt any like major heartburn, major indigestion. Like it's gone down smooth. It's not hurt my throat at all. I mean, overall, and breathing it, it's just, this whole experience has been phenomenal. And, you know, and pouring each other's drinks, that was a nice little tie-in there. I drank it cold, I drank it hot. You could taste more whenever you're drinking it cold, but I think that's because you drink it a little slower, but when it's hot, you throw it back. And even whether you drink it slower or whether you throw it back, you get the same amount of flavor. It is phenomenal because it hangs in with you. It is a wonderful drink, I gotta say. And listen, that's just me talking about the feel and the flavor. Where I'm at right now, which we'll talk about in just a second, but I am right at the sweet spot. I am right where I want to be. Whenever I drink, like, this is where I want to get. Where, like, I'm having a good time. I can still think straight. I can still formulate thoughts, and they're not completely dumb, and I'm just having a good time, and I don't, like, I'm not over the edge. Like, I'm not about to get sick. I'm not about to, like, go piss off the roof because I think it's a fun idea. Like, this drink, after everything that you and I have done with it tonight, I've got to give it a honest 5 o'clock.
That makes my heart very happy.
That makes my heart very happy too, dude. I love this. We need to have another one of these.
Absolutely.
And you know what? My turn next. We will. You bet your ass I'm probably going to buy a sake. Now, Derek, we've given this the 5 o'clock rating. I think we should go ahead and have our last toast.
Let's have our last toast.
You know what? To the 5 o'clock.
To the 5 o'clock.
Now, Derek.
Yes.
I gotta know.
Yes.
Where does Gekkeikan sake? Like, how does that? What are you wearing? Does Gekkeikan sake get you naked, or does it get you clothed? I need to know what my big man is wearing.
So I would say I'm fairly comfortable. I would like to say that I'm wearing a nice yukata. It's nice, thin, breathable material on that. I'm sitting down next to a fire, maybe, and as I part the Red Seas, being my legs, I notice a warmth, full warmth, creeping up my legs, and forgot to put my underwear on.
Uh-oh.
So we're roasting chestnuts on an open fire. And, you know, it's a little chilly out, but this fire is just so warm. It's so comforting. It's even beckoning. So I put my feet up, trying to get a little closer to it.
Do it, buddy.
Ain't got no socks on.
Ain't got no socks.
Feeling that warmth breathe its way right between my tootsies.
Feeling that warmth between the tootsies.
So, I would say that, you know, I'm not suited but naked. But I'm at that perfect, comfortable zone where you'd want to be. Like, I feel great. I'm not drunk. I'm not stupid. I could probably run up and down the stairs and not trip. I'm not going to test it, though, but I'm confident.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's a good place to be.
It's the best place. But now, you're the Alex.
Yes.
What are you wearing?
Well,
Sorry. I just smacked my mic.
well,
Let's see here. Where are we today? It is a slightly rainy day. The clouds are dark gray, and it's a nice, cool day. The rain is kind of bringing in a well-earned cool. You know, it's been a very hot day. Let's say it's been very hot, and we're trying to cool off, and we're sitting on the porch, you know. But the thing is, we're in the porch out kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there's a little, like a big field out and around, and as this rain starts coming down, you know, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm still so hot. I'm just trying to cool down. So you sit down on the edge of the porch, you know, and you kick your legs out and to get a little bit of that rain on you. But the thing is, you realize you're like, oh shit, I'm letting this rain get all up on me. That means I ain't got no boots. I ain't got no socks. You're like, well, shoot. And it's about that time while you're sitting on this hardwood porch, you know, you start noticing little pricklies all up in your like high thighs on the back. You're like, oh my God, what's going on here? You also realize that as soon as you came in the house, you took your full-on britches off because you fell in some mud earlier in the day, and you're still waiting on your britches to dry. You're sitting there, no socks, no shoes, no britches. But everything's fine. Your upper body's dry, right? Absolutely, your upper body's dry. Now, what you got on your upper body? Well, I'm glad that you asked me, Derek. You see, while I may not have my full chest exposed, I do have a lot of arm exposed, and it's about this time that I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm really just sitting out here on my porch in an undershirt, like in a muscle shirt. Like, that's all I've got, because I didn't want my nippies to show. But here I am, and I'm happy as a lark. I'm right where I want to be. I'm right where I need to be. I ain't zooted but naked, but by God, I am close.
It's always a fantastic feeling. It's where I like to be.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals, that right there is probably one of the best ones that you can get for something that is all-around good feeling. Something that gets you comfy. Won't get you naked, but it'll certainly get you damn near close. You drink enough of it. We finished off 2 whole tankards. I think the stuff that I usually get's a little stronger, because by 1 tankard, I am feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take on anyone and everybody.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I will let you guys know, like, getting something like sake is good for all year round. Hot, cold, doesn't matter. You can drink it as it is. So whenever you want to go out and get something that's good for any occasion, sake is typically the best way. You can get whiskey, you can get rum, you can get anything like that. But sake is just, it's unique. It's right there, and it's in your face. But now, guys, and I want to let you know, check us out on Discord, follow the Instagram,
Yeah.
subscribe, comment, let us know how we're doing. Just try to get a little more involved. Let us know how we're doing, and share us around. Let us know about, let your buddies know about us and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And just try to, help more people experience something that they can look forward to once a week when we upload every week. I think that's the most important thing that you guys can do for us. And then for you guys, we get to increase production, make things a little better. I will be having more time due to my new job, so I'll be able to start working on production with that as well. So that being said, guys, gals, non-binary pals, like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz, and we're going to be catching you guys in the next episode. Bye.